Hello, hello, and we're live. We're live. India are getting absolutely slapped about here in the first T20 of five. Not looking good for India. They're going at a run rate of only 5 and over. And opening with Adil Rashid, I thought was a bit of a risk, but it paid off. And they opened with Darwin and KL Rahul, no Rohit Sharma, which is a big, big surprise. Very big surprise, to be honest with you. Not sure why they did that. It's a very interesting move from them. But it's 55 for 4 off 11 overs. Mark Wood back on, and him and Archer have both bowled really well. To be honest, the whole England bowling unit have bowled fantastically well so far. Jordan only gone for 2 off his 1 over so far. He's a top T20 wicket-taking bowler for England as well. So, oh, and I'll tell you what, Wood and Archer bowling quick. I don't think it's a particularly slow surface, but it seems to be skidding on a little bit. There's a bit there for spinners as well. I don't think it's coming on the bat as easily or as nicely as maybe people would like. So that definitely hasn't helped, I think, the cause. But yeah, good stuff so far from England. Really, really good. I'm just looking through that Kohli app for another duck. That won't be good for reassuring people that Kohli's not in bad form, which I think we can admit he's probably not in terrible form, but probably not in his best form either. So he will be a little bit disappointed, I think, the way he got out as well. Very tame dismissal, just punching on the back foot straight to cover from Adil Rashid, who seems to have Kohli's number a little bit as well. Hardik Pandya in with Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer looks like the only Indian batsman so far to look comfortable. Rishabh Pant played that fantastic reverse ramp shot over the slip, similar to the one that he did against Anderson. But since then, he didn't look too comfortable. A nice flick off the hips as well. But he got out for under a run of ball as well. So that'll be disappointing, I think. He's obviously a man in form as well. And he seems to have this newfound maturity, but chipping one straight to mid wicket off for Stokes, who seems to be the player to get you a wicket, right? A little bit of a golden arm as well. So England have so far, everything's gone right for them. 57 for 4. Wood running in, bowling 146 kilometers per hour. It's not going to be easy for the Indian batsman at all to face, that's for sure. So let's see how they go as well. It's 57 for 4 for 11.3 overs. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes as well. 57 for 4 for 11.3 overs. And very good shot into the covers from Shreyas Iyer, but it's well fielded cover. Just palms it to one side from Jason Roy. It just made Jason Roy look a bit more, let's say, filled out than usual. I think he does. I think he does. Maybe he's been enjoying quarantine too much, but he's passed his fitness test, so surely he should be fine. 223 for Shreyas Iyer, 58 for 4 off 11.4 overs, and Mark Wood mainly just hammering at that length and short area. And in the Yorker length, he's been doing only one delivery in the Yorker length really. So he's just hammering away at that length, digging into the surface. Seems to have pretty good energy about him as well. And Cricket Frost says, come on, Iyer and Pandya. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people. Very, very good delivery from Mark Wood. He's looking good. Frost says, I can hear some drilling in the background. Drilling? Don't know. No one's drilling in the background. 1 second. See if it's better. Can you still hear the drilling? Let me know if you can. I can't hear it. As Hardik Pandya has got a very good ball from Mark Wood there. Very good delivery from Mark Wood. He's running quick. Oh, just cut away. This time to cover though. Good. Yeah, it's 58 for 4 off 12 overs. And tell you what, India's struggling massively here. They are struggling massively. I like the fact that they don't have the BCCI commentators. They've got the Sky Sports one because I just prefer them, to be honest with you. Just looking at the figures, the bowling figures, they look a lot better, don't they, for England? I mean, so far, it's looking very, very comfortable for England. No one's really got any tap, which has been fantastic, I think. Charles says Indian team selection has been quite horrendous. Defending with 2.5 paces, Akshar Sundar and Bhuvia's finish is shocking. Yes, they've got Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Shardul Thakur, and who's the other one? They've got another one in there, haven't they? Let's have a look. Yeah, Shardul Thakur, Professional Kumar. Yeah, they've got 3 spinners in there, and then Hardik Pandya as well. So yeah, 3 seamers and 3 spinners. But it does seem to have a little bit of purpose for the spinners, though. A child, to be fair. I guess they're backing the spinners, considering that England have struggled with spin so far this tour. It's a different format, though, so let's see how it goes. To be honest, a bit of a weird one, I think, from India. The selection, no Rohit Sharma as well. I think I heard that he's being rested, but then other people are saying that it might be because of Shikhar Dhawan being a bit more explosive and giving you the left-hand, right-hand combination, which sounds crazy because Rohit Sharma is your best white ball player, probably, I would say, for India. So I'm not sure, but either way, it looks like it's probably not the right decision. You'd expect them to rest him maybe after the first 3, not for the first 2 games. Seems a bit of a bizarre decision from for me, if I'm being honest with you. Shikhar Dhawan didn't repay it, and they're just showing the wickets. KL Rahul just chasing after a wide one inside edge, and the Kohli one was just very, very soft. Just timing the ball early, and the ball doesn't seem to be coming onto the bat very nicely. It's a bit skiddy, getting a bit stuck in the surface as well. And the pant one, that was really a freebie down the leg side. So he'll be a bit disappointed because he's a man in form. And Achal says Hardik Pandya is the half. Yeah. So Satak says, hello Satak, how are you doing? Achal and Satak, thank you very much for joining. 61 for 4 for 12.3 overs. Jordan has even got his pace up, 140 clicks. That's pretty quick for him. It's not slow at all. So the projected scores 98. I mean, come on. What's par on this surface? I would say par on this surface is 150. I don't think it's an easy surface to bat on for a T20, but I think 150 is what they need to be looking at, really. Can they get there, though? Hardik Pandya is going to have to pull off some fireworks, I'll tell you that. Shreyas Iyer has looked the only good batsman. I know I've talked about him a lot with some of the subscribers because a lot of my subscribers, as you guys will know, a lot of you guys think that he's overrated. Some think that he is a fantastic player and he seems to be quite divisive, but he's performing really well here at the moment. He looks the only batsman that looks pretty comfortable, if I'm being honest with you, in his own batting and the skilling on the surface. Most others don't look very comfortable whatsoever. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. I think let's see. Oh, Jordan just pinged that one shorter. Looking good. So Dark says, imagine Owen meeting Root Anderson and Broad in the airport. And he would have said, I'll take over, lads. Yeah, exactly. He would have. And it's so funny, they've got Stuart Broad on commentary here in the UK. So he's doing some of the commentary for Sky. And I was saying, because, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was having a bit of a cry, like, oh, I didn't get picked in the. Why am I not playing the T20s? You know, he loves a bit of a cry, does Stuart Broad, a bit of a whine. But he's quite a funny one, actually. And then I was saying maybe he's not saying it because they know that they'll mention him getting hit for 6 off Yuvraj Singh. So that might be why. That might be why he doesn't mention it at all. He said, I think, what did he say? He said, I don't really watch T20s. I was like, okay, mate, is that because, you get upset by watching it because you realise you're not good enough to play it? I was just silly, man. 63 for 4 of 13 overs. Let's have a look. Who's coming on? These are big last 7 for India. They need to get. I mean, Shreyas Iyer is going to have to pick up the pace. Hardik Pandya is going to have to support him. This is a really vital partnership. Mark Wood's on. It's going to be hard to get him away. You have to try and use the pace, but it's not really coming onto the bat, so it's not like you can use that pace. England haven't really had to use a lot of slower balls, etc., because the pitch seems to be, if you bowl quickly into the surface, you get a little bit of purchase. So let's see. That rhymed, surface and purchase. As Mark Wood runs in. Yeah, he's just bowling short here. Short stuff, and they don't seem to be able to get it away. And it's very well directed. It's very accurate. So he's looking good so far here. Is Mark Wood. He's looking very sharp and very accurate. And he knows his game plan. He's just sticking to it, to be honest. It's almost a little bit like Test cricket in the sense that they're keeping it pretty simple here, England. They've got a game plan and they're just sticking to it. Nothing too extravagant, which is interesting to see. I think they've read the conditions pretty well. And opening up with Adil Rashid definitely gave them that the momentum, I think, going into this. So I'll be happy with that for sure. As Mark Wood runs in. Oh, that's an outside edge that'll run away for 4, I think. Yeah, it does. I think it's Sam Curran just not able to claw that back in. Very, very fortunate for sure. But apart from that, I think it's good stuff though for sure. From Hardik Pandya, he's got intent, so you can't really blame him too much. So Tark says India's going to lose, and that's fine. They need a lost cause. It's turning out to be a trend to lose the first match. Yeah, I saw a meme. Actually, hold on. Someone sent it in our cricket chat. I'll tell you what it says. It says, I might have to censor it because I think some of it's quite rude. Let's have a look. It said, classic Kohli, losing the toss, messed up team selection, and then first match is a one-sided loss. So I guess that's exactly like the Test match, right? They picked Nadeem and Washington Sundar both of them kind of got hit in that first Test match, especially Nadeem as well. He didn't get any runs as well. When do you think they'll start worrying about Kohli not scoring runs? I think it'll be interesting. Let's have a look. Mark Wood's pace is up to 148, 147, 147 the last 3 balls. So he's coming in, he's bowling quick. He had a delivery that was 152, I think, early doors. So he's really steaming in. Archer was bowling quite quick as well, but Wood has been consistently bowling very quick. And it's interesting because I said in one of my previous streams that you don't really see express bowlers. It's not something often you see anymore. The likes of Brett Lee, Dirk Nannes, Sean Tate, Brett Lee. Did I say Brett Lee already? Brett Lee, Shane Bond, those types of Shah Akhtar obviously as well. Ooh. Let's have a look. Was that a slow ball from Mark Wood? No, it's not. We're just bowling rapid and they're not able to get it away. Very, very well bowled. Just a good length and trying to cramp Hardik Pandya, try and give him no width whatsoever. Tries to go and cut that and it's not a cuttable length. India looking for width and they're not getting it at the moment. They're just looking at Shreyas Iyer so far. I mean, all his shots have just been very, very classic strokes. Nothing extravagant from Shreyas Iyer really, but it doesn't matter because it's paid off. Let's have a look. Here's Mark Wood running in. Oh, that's a good shot again. He's got good timing, Hardik Pandya. That's going to run away just to the sweeper. So Tark says, I'm surprised they didn't open with Rohit. They might give Dhawan one more chance and then I'll have to pack his bag. Yeah. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think what do you think, Sultan? Because apparently they said they rested him, but then someone said actually it might be tactical because they wanted a left-hand right-hand combination. Obviously, KL Rahul's batted very well, I think, in the T20s. I was just thinking, surely it can't be tactical because he's probably your best white ball player, I'd say, Rohit Sharma, especially in T20s. So, that's a cracking shot from Hardik Pandya, but they've got a sweeper there. Just ran it down to third man, trying to get 4 runs, but can only get a single. That's an okay over for India, 9 off it. They're going to need to start at least going at 9 and over now for the rest of the innings. Because what would that take them to? That'll take them to 6 overs left, 54. So yeah, that'll take them to over 120. So, but yeah, I think This is controversial. Do you think someone said that maybe it was tactical, it's not paying off? Can you imagine if it was Virat Kohli dropped Rohit Sharma for a tactical reason? Oh my god, the amount of drama that would happen if you found out that was the case. I don't think it is the case, but yeah. And also, if you're going to rest him, I think they said they'd rest him for the first two T20s. Why wouldn't you rest him for the last two? Because the first three are really important. You want to get off to a good start. I don't know. So start says these are the last five T20s before the World Cup. Yeah, I don't see Shikhar Dhawan opening in the T20 World Cup at all. Really, so India don't have any more T20s after this. After this, that's really surprising. Actually, I would have thought that they would have, but maybe not. Maybe not. Um, I, do they have some to be scheduled though, so that potentially? They're coming to England. Are they not going to play T20s in England? Have a look. India schedule. The Tuck says, I'll lose a bit of respect for Kohli if you drop Rohit. I think a lot would. Oh man, imagine. Oh. Dark Soul says, what's up? Got any news on PSL? Yeah, starting in June, Dark Soul. Starting in June, it's resuming in June. They've announced the Pakistan squads for South Africa and Zimbabwe as well. I will be releasing a video on it. I've already done the video. It's with Osman Speaks, his channel. So I'll be releasing the video. We talked about the PSL so far, and also we talked about the squads as well, very briefly. It wasn't like a really in-depth one. So I'll be releasing that either probably is two separate videos tomorrow. I'll probably release them tomorrow because I'm doing streaming this and then streaming Sri Lanka West Indies as well. So yeah. So says no, they are playing 5 tests in England. Yeah, I know they're playing 5 tests, but I would have thought they would be doing a whole tour. Hardik Pandya is trying to get it away. He just can't seem to. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's because of the IPL, isn't it? It's because of the IPL. It's not. It's kind of practice, I guess, because the T20 World Cup will be in India, but yeah. But it's not really, though, is it? That's the thing. It is, but it isn't. Oh, that's a cracking shot from Hardik Pandya. It doesn't get all of that, but it's gone for 6. That's an absolute beauty. I mean, he hasn't got all of it at all, to be honest with you. He's almost turned in his hand the bat there, but yeah. Very, very good. Very, very good shot from Hardik Pandya, and that's 6 runs. Let's have a look. Oh, another one. Another boundary. Hardik Pandya gets a bit fortunate with that one, I think. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, I just had a look, so I was like, yeah, so only the 5 test matches. And that's not a particularly busy schedule, is it? At all. I mean, you guys have just got, I guess you've got the ODIs and the Test Championship, then a tour against England. That's it for the whole year. Bizarre. So you've only played against Australia and England, really, in tours. That's it, this whole year. Was that not crazy? Or was that just me? That was no, that was deliberate from Hardik Pandya. That's a really good shot. 83 for 4. This is a good over again, though. 12 off the over. They're doing what they need to do. It's 83 for 4 or 14 or 15 even, sorry. They need the last 5 got to go big, 10 and over, I think, and they get a decent score here. That's really surprising, though. So they England have gone to India. So sorry, India have gone to Australia. Then England have gone to India. So they played Australia away, England at home. Then they play England away, and that's it for the whole year. Does that not seem a bit limited to you guys? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But what about other teams? They're just not going to play them. I don't know. Bizarre. Anyways, Dark Soul says, "Yo, what's the date?" I don't know. They haven't. I don't think they've confirmed exactly what date it is, but it's going to be early in June because they have to go. They have to leave for tour on June 25th, so it will end before then. So it will be the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the date, Dark Soul. It's early. Um, it's early in June though because they have to go. They have to be finished by June 25th. That's when Pakistan are going on tour. So it'll be the first 3 weeks of June. It'll be commencing in those first 3 weeks. So Stark says, damn indeed. They are playing the Asia Cup and the World Test Championship. I hope they're okay to play their 18th Asia Cup. They're gonna play their B team, aren't they? Or well, oh what a shot. That's a cracking shot from Shreyas. A really good flick off his legs, really good. So Stark says because colliding with the World Test Championship final. So yeah, so what's happening is I guess players like Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, they probably won't be playing in it, but you have KL Rahul playing it. Rishabh Pant will play. Oh, hold on, have a look. Well, that's another really good shot from Shreyas. So that's going to go for four. That's beautiful. That just shows you don't have to just be a power hitter. You can manipulate the ball around the field, and yeah, really good. Really good stuff. Really good stuff from Shreyas. So just running that down for 4 runs. So the reason why, oh, hold on. Tarsa says, "What do you mean early?" So first week of June. Tarsa says, "What do you mean Pakistan are going on tour? They're going on tour to England to play some." Apparently, the remaining 20 matches in June are now being planned following the men's national cricket team's return from Zimbabwe on May 13th before their departure for England on June 26th. Tarsa says, "I wish Kieran Pollard comes to the PSL to play for Bashara." Yeah, that would be a very good shout. Oh, that's not out. Not out. Really good stuff so far from. I mean, England have done well here, but if they can restrict them to below 140, England will be laughing, I think. But India's starting to motor here, back-to-back fours, and Shreyas Iyer looks really good. He looks very good. The last 1.3 overs, 20 runs off it. So it shows that India are starting to pick up the pace here. Oh, really good run down to third man again. That will be just one though. Shreyas Iyer's 49 of 35. This is a vital knock, and I tell you what, it's definitely going to go a long way to, I guess, stop people from hating on him, right? Because everyone was hating on him, saying, oh, you're not good enough to play T20s. You shouldn't be batting at four. I think a lot of people said Kumar should play at four. I don't know. He looks good, man. He looks good so far. Akshar Patel is in next, and then Washington Sundar as well. Or either, I guess they could switch it. We'll see. As Archer's running in. Come on, Archer. Let's see what you can do. Oh, that's rapid. Absolutely rapid. That's just one of those deliveries that you get. It's 148 kilometers per hour. And you're like, oh, should I play it? Oh, no, just leave it because it's just unplayable. It's just in the right, perfect spot, line and lengthwise. So if they go at their current rate, they get 116. They'll be looking to go at 10 runs per over. So that takes them to 134. That's what they'll be looking for. The 130 plus mark is really the goal from here on. And it's been a pretty good partnership, I think, so far from Shreyas Iyer and Hardik Pandya. They just need to close it out. Oh, no run there. Just punches it straight back to Jofra Archer. And that's a pretty good over from Archer, only 9 off it. And at this stage, that's not bad. So it's 92 for 4 off 16 overs, especially as he went for back-to-back fours in the first 2 balls as well. Says, can you tell me how much money you make? Because you said last time. No, I can't. I can't tell you that, Dark. So it's personal. 92 for 4 off 16. Shreyas Iyer is 49 off 35. Hardik Pandya is 17 off 17. Let's keep it to cricket talk, guys. But really, really good stuff so far from England. They're still in a pretty good position. They just need to make sure these last 4 overs now they don't go big, because if India get to 140 plus, they will be thinking, what is going on? So let's see how this goes. Dasa says on YouTube, he said last time, no, I didn't. I never said I would never ever say that I'm going to tell someone how much I'm earning on YouTube or in life. It's personal. It's personal, dog. So 92 for 4 off 16 overs. Jordan is 0 for 7 off 2 overs. He's running in here. Or cracking shot, but only to the sweeper. Only single. Chris Jordan, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, is England's leading wicket taker in T20s, and Shreyas Iyer has just got his 50. That's a beautiful 50, by the way. 50 off 36, and they really needed him to get a knock here because everyone else is struggling big time. He stood up to the plate and he's put on a masterclass really on how to bat right without power in the T20 and still score quickly, and that's what he's done. And the best players can do that. Kohli, Williamson, even Bob Roswell can do it as well. Satak says, sucks Iyer is playing so good. So I'm assuming Satak is one that thinks Iyer is, you're one of the ones that thinks Iyer is overrated, isn't it? I have no strong opinions either way, to be fair. I haven't seen a huge amount of him. I've seen quite a bit, but so good. So far, it has been all right. Oh, really good. He's really, really good. Dot says, I'm gone by. Okay, thanks, Dark Soul, for popping by. Shazak says, wanted him to fail a bit so he could have made place for Sky. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's one of those things like you got to look at it and think, if someone's performing well, they're performing well, right? I know people have got their favourites, but it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. It is what it is. Come on, Hardik Pandya. Go big. Do I want to go big, actually? Hold on, who am I supporting? I don't know. But I kind of want to... sorry to all the India fans, but I want England to win. But I want a competitive total, so we want something big, man. So Stark says, no, I like Iron Sky both. Mumbai Mafia. Oh, okay. So I said they both play for Mumbai, but Sky's 30. Okay, that'll be why. He has 2 years max to play for the country. No, not really. Not necessarily. If he's good enough, a batsman can bat until like 34, 35. You'll see that with some players like that. I mean, look at Hafiz for Pakistan. He's like 40 and he's batting at 4. Although he did play Test cricket and ODIs for Pakistan beforehand, and then he's developed into a T20 player. But even Daud Malan, I think, is 31. If he carries on in his current form, he'll be batting into these like 34, 35 in the T20s. But it just depends. Remember, T20s is not as straining on the body. You can play a lot longer in that format as a batsman anyway. As a bowler, it's a bit different potentially because you need to be able to bowl quick at times and also have those change-ups and be athletic in the field. But as long as your fitness is there, as a batsman, you can last quite long. Oh, that's carted over point for 6. What a shot. What a shot. MBR Records says, hi, bro. Hello, MBR. He says, I know. Don't know. What's DN? I know, done. What a shot by Shreyas Iyer. Look at it's a slower ball, just a cutter from Chris Jordan, short of a length, and Shreyas Iyer just cuts that away over backward point for 6. The boundary is not huge, but it doesn't matter. Cutting a ball for 6 is still big, so that's a big shot from Shreyas Iyer, and it's just pure timing. As I said, like he doesn't have like the long levers and power that someone like Hardik Pandya has, for example, or Rishabh Pant, but he's got really good timing. It's 102 for 4 off 17, and that was a fantastic end to the over for India. There wasn't a particularly big over. India will try 140. Yeah, that's what they'll be looking for. MBR record says, I mean like DN. I don't know what DN means. What does DN mean? Let's see, DN meaning. Is this some kind of like abbreviation for something? I mean like doing nothing. I know, doing nothing. Who's doing nothing? Anyways. Oh yeah, see that was only 67 meters, that's 6. That's not a 6 on all grounds. Although, but behind point, is it? It could be actually behind point. Oh, that's gone straight to the fielder though. Hardik Pandya. Oh man. Oh, MBR record says, I mean like done, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you very much for joining MBR Records anyway. Now, for everyone in the chat as well, thank you for joining. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help. I really appreciate it. And you're legends, and it's fantastic to have people joining in. Hardik Pandya is 19 of 21. 102 for 5. So Tata says, I have a cricketing question for you. Will you try to answer it honestly? Yes, go for it. I'll answer it honestly. I'm an honest man. 102 for 5 or 17.2 overs. Go for it, Sitak. Go for it. If it's cricket related, I will answer it. No worries whatsoever. And guys, you can pretty much ask me anything as long as it's just not super personal. I'm happy to answer it. I am happy to answer it. 102 for 5 now. In comes. Oh, they put in Shardul Thakur. That's interesting, isn't it? Why would they not put Washington Sundar? I guess Shardul Thakur is seen as someone who has more power, potentially. They just want him to come in and swing. Is that why Shardul Thakur's in there, I guess? Potentially, instead of Akshar Patel or Washington Sundar, who I guess they see more as, guys who are going to rotate the strike, keep it ticking. Although those guys can hit as well, but they clearly think Shardul Thakur will be able to get them run pretty quickly. Let's see. There's a lot of pressure on him coming in at 7 here. Let's have a look. Oh, that's pulled away. That's pulled away straight to the man. Hello. Back-to-back wickets, and we have a potential hat-trick opportunity here. Back-to-back wickets. It was there to be hit, but there's a man there. That's the only issue. So I'm not really sure whether that first ball, do you ever look at it, but they need runs. It's difficult. It's almost like he just hasn't really got enough of it, and it's probably not the worst shot to play. But yeah, see, I think he's saying I should probably hit that along the floor. So Clark says, what do you think about Alex Hales? Why is he not getting any place in the squad? Is there any clashes with Owen? Mate, that's an easy answer. Dude, anyone who's watching this or listening, you can ask me anything relating to cricket, if it's controversial or not. I'll be happy to answer it. Don't worry about asking questions that are controversial. This isn't even controversial at all, to be honest with you. It's easy. He's not getting a place in the squad because trust broke down between himself, the England Cricket Board, and Owen Morgan. He tested positive for recreational drugs, and then before that, there was another incident as well, which I've actually forgotten. But the second one, that was the most recent one, and that was just for the World Cup. So the timing was shocking because he would have been opening with Jason Roy as Archer runs in. Oh, for his hat-trick delivery, but doesn't get it. But this is a really, really good. Oh, it's a wide. Oh, above head high. I don't know about that. Bit harsh. Let's have a look at the wickets. Yeah, the first one, Hardik Pandya has hit that straight to the man, and it's just a bizarre one. So I think Shardul Thakur's showing the replay, and he's saying I should be hitting that along the floor, but I need to get over it. Hardik Pandya is probably thinking I need to get under that if I want to go over the man. So kind of two different things, but both haven't really connected in the way they wanted. as Archer runs in, and it's Washington Sundar's come in 103 for 104 for six even. Sorry, yeah. So the reason why Alex Hales is not in there just because of that. I think a combination of that and also Jason Roy, Joss Butler, and Bester have all got runs since, to be honest with you, since he got dropped. So that hasn't helped his case because they're kind of looking at it thinking we don't really desperately need him. But then until then, um, he basically said, "Look, I really want to get back into the England side." I think he sent a message to Owen Morgan at the start of like the COVID, start of the pandemic even, and he said, "Oh, I didn't get a message back, but I know that like the trust needs to be rebuilt there." So Owen Morgan, there is a clash there in the sense that Owen Morgan doesn't trust him 100%. But he did say that, like, I think recently he said something saying, "Look, they're still, the door is open. Basically, the door's not closed on him, so they haven't completely ruled him out." I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a chance in one of the T20 tours or T20 matches before the World Cup. For me, he should be in this. He should be in the side. Like he should definitely be in the side, personally, as in the squad anyway. Definitely, like it's a no-brainer. Oh, that's a cracking shot from Shreyas down the ground. Just a single there. So Tuck says, "What are they doing?" Oh, I don't know. 150 Ks. That's rapid. He's bowling quick. Is Joff Archer. 105 for six. That's absolutely rapid. 105 for six of 18. I was saying they wanted 130, 140. They can still get it. They need Shreyas Iyer to go big, don't they, in the next two overs, and then maybe Washington Sundar to hit a six or two. That's what they need. Look at Archer's figures, man. 4 for 23, 3 wickets. The dude is just an X Factor bowler in all formats. MBR Records says, "I know something about Alex Hales." I think MBR Records. MBR Records, are you a troll? Are you a troll? I know something about Alex Hales. Alex Hales is an English cricketer. He's a right-hand opening batsman. He currently plays for Nottinghamshire and the England cricket team. He's a good batsman. He doesn't currently play for the England cricket team, so you're wrong. He used to. He may in the future, but he doesn't. So you know something, but not everything. Oh god, some people crack me up. Charles says, "Brilliant tactics from England. Their fielding placement has been absolutely perfect." Yeah, true. That's why I rate Owen Morgan so highly, not just as a batsman, but because of his PhD in T20 tactics and leadership. Yeah, not even just in T20s, but in ODIs. I think in the white ball format, he's very tactically astute. He definitely, for the most part, he gets most decisions correct, and he's quite cutthroat as well in the sense that he knows exactly what he wants. He's very decisive, and he backs himself to the nth degree, which is kind of what you need from a captain in this format because it's constantly moving, and he does adapt a lot. So Tark says, "I think 2 years is enough punishment for Hales. Even Smith and Warner were punished for a year, and they are playing so well. Hales deserves another chance." Yeah, I think the difference between him and Smith and Warner, Satak, is that the difference is that Bairstow came in and started performing really, really well. So then they kind of thought, "Oh, we don't really need him," and so it was an excuse not to bring him in. But I agree with you. I agree. I think he should be in the squad. He should definitely be in the squad, and he deserves another chance. He seems to have matured quite a bit. I know he played well in the Big Bash. He has been playing well in the PSL when it was on as well recently. So he didn't get picked up in the IPL. I thought that was quite surprising because he's a really good player, really, really good player, like top player in the T20 format. And at the top of the order, like opening the batting, he can take the game away from you. So that was a bit surprising. Oh, hold on. Shreyas Iyer goes and he finds the gap. That's great batting. This is what I mean. Like he's not completely smashing the ball, smashing the leather off it. He's just finding gaps and he's going, "I'm going to time that into the gap, 4 runs." This is really, really good batting from Shreyas Iyer. Charles says, "They see a packed crowd, money. I see a pandemic explosion. Pandemic explosion. Support our COVID heroes." Yeah, it's a shocker, isn't it? I was saying that surely will that not affect the IPL? I know it's behind closed doors, but if if they have crowds like this, it could spread really badly, right? Couldn't it? And it's already increasing. So if that happens, I mean, will some Indian play? Look, Saurav Ganguly is like sitting next to everyone. He's the chairman of the BCCI. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they've all had vaccines. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. And to me, if it spreads really badly before the start of the IPL, they're going to be in trouble because international players might not want to go there. You don't want that to happen. I really hope it doesn't happen. Again, I didn't even watch the IPL, but for players who earn money from it, and like obviously it is a big spectacle as well. It's not nice to see a tournament get postponed or cancelled. So let's see. I think it's a risk doing what they're doing, and I don't personally agree with it, but I don't want to get into the politics of it. But yeah, for me, yeah, a bit of a nightmare. I'm not sure why they're doing it. There's no need to have a packed stadium. Yeah, it's great, but it won't change the level of cricket being played. Sundar inside edges that straight to kind of mid on, who's halfway up. This over's been okay. The current run rate's only 6 and over. They've only got 8 runs off this over, 1 ball left. Sartak says, "Will you not watch the IPL this year?" I'm sorry, Sartak. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys about why I don't watch it. It's not because I don't think the quality is good. It's not because it's in India or anything to do with that. The only reason why I don't is because Pakistani players are not allowed to play. So I just prefer not to watch it because it just makes me sad, to be honest with you. It just makes me sad that for some reason they're being blacklisted from that. So, and to be honest, I don't really watch that much franchise cricket. Like Big Bash, I didn't really watch. I mean, perfectly honest with you, I didn't. I watched some highlights. I didn't really watch it. PSL I watched because I know a lot of the players. T20 Blast I watch in England, but again, that's not even a franchise tournament. Would I watch the 100? Maybe I will watch it. Yeah. And the IPL is one that look, if Pakistani players were allowed, I probably would watch it this year. But the fact that they're not, like, yeah, it's just. I'm hoping one day things will change. I'm hoping Pakistan will play India one day again, or India will play Pakistan in India, or Pakistan will play India in Pakistan. There's a lot of politics, unfortunately, involved in it, but yeah, that's the only reason. It's not because I have anything against the cricket in it at all. But yeah. Charles says, it's not just the players, but the human lives at stake here. I got the tickets, but gave it away knowing exactly this. No masks, no social distancing, no COVID protocols. Yeah, I remember you said, didn't you, Achal, that because Achal, for anyone that doesn't know, Achal lives in Ahmedabad. Also, he did a T20 preview for the series with me, so I got him on, and Ajal is he knows his stuff. He played with and against people like Akshar Patel, Bumrah, so he knows his stuff, and he played for Ahmedabad up until the under-19. So yeah, really, really good chat with him. But yeah, he lives nearest, I think, nearish the stadium, is what you're saying, and he went to some of the test matches. So interesting to hear that you gave your tickets away because I know you had tickets for all 5 T20s. I think it was, wasn't it? Oh, that's going to the leg side from Shreyas Iyer. Just a single. He tried to go big there. He's trying to tee off. It's 66 off 46 is the last over. India will want 130. They'll still want that. There's 5 balls remaining. They need 15. That's doable. Couple of sixes and it's all to play for. But yeah, I agree with you, Charles, 100%. Sport is just sport, isn't it? And I love sport. I genuinely do. I'm massive. Of course, everyone will know that I love my sports. But what's more important, someone's health or money? And unfortunately, money talks. It always will. That's just the world. Not great to see, but hopefully, what you can do is just hope and pray that it doesn't spread, and that you end up seeing loads of deaths because of negligence. That's all you can say. As Chris Jordan runs in here, or tries to be very cheeky with almost like a slow ball bouncer that doesn't bounce at all, really. But it's down the leg side. He's gone round the wicket to the left-handed Sundar. Chris Jordan's a very, very good bowler. Fun story, actually. My uncle, so he played cricket at a pretty high level, and he ended up facing Chris Jordan, right? Um, he ended up facing Chris Jordan in a like practice kind of memorial game for Alex Tudor, because my uncle captained Alex Tudor at club level for a number of years, and he faced Chris Jordan, and he said Chris Jordan was rapid, and my uncle was in his 40s when he faced him as well, so he wasn't even like in the peak of his powers, but he faced him, and he was just saying like he was just absolutely, and this is when I think Chris Jordan was quite probably early 20s, so he hadn't quite played for England yet. He was just it was just before he started playing for England, and he was just saying like he was just so quick, and he's still quick now. Oh, out! What a catch! What a catch from Dawid Malan! Wow! I'm talking Chris Jordan. He just picked up a wicket, but yeah, he nicked off basically to Chris Jordan, and he just said he was just rapid. Um, he was like, back in the day, I might have had a chance, but he was just too quick. Shreyas Iyer just pulling that pretty wildly, doesn't get all of it, and Dawid Malan on the boundary. That's a beautiful catch. That's an absolute beauty from Dawid Malan. England have been pretty flawless for the most part in this game. They really have. Very very impressive stuff from England, I have to say. As Shreyas Iyer walks off, a very very good knock from him though. He's put on a really good display here. Unfortunately, not able to see them to the end, but he needed support. Unfortunately, he didn't really get it. With 117 for seven, only three balls remaining. Let's see how this goes because Akshar Patel is in facing his first ball. They're going to need him to go big straight away. Really, I always find it's really difficult. It must be. It's a bit unfair, isn't it? In a way, you come in and you're number nine, and then they just expect you. You just swing as hard as you can, basically get out to runs, and if you get out, they'll be annoyed at you. It's like a lose lose situation because if you get runs, they say, "Oh well, we need you to do that anyway." So okay, like you just did what we expected. Pulled away from Akshar Patel. Unfortunately, can't find the gap. Oh, they're running two. Yeah, they get two pretty easily actually. Washington Sundar was jogging there for a little bit and then realised I need to hurry up. Two there, two balls remaining. They will get past the 120 mark. This is going to be a very low scoring or back of the hand slower ball. It was to Shreyas Iyer, really skillfully bowled from Chris Jordan. So pretty little to no pace on the ball there from Chris Jordan. Really, really good stuff, and he's looking good. He really is, for sure. Well, Ajal says, "Oh, hold on." Washington is that is Washington Sundar, isn't it? No, it's Akshar Patel goes really hard at that. Goes to pull, goes over the slip cordon, which well, the non-existent slip cordon for four. So towards third man. Oh, Akshar Patel's got the fucker Zaman look. He can't sort out his helmet and it's wonky. What's up with these elite? What's up with these elite cricketers? They can't. Their helmets are wonky. Like just put it on straight. It's so funny. It cracks me up so much. It's a full toss. Oh, so they end on 1, 2, 4 for seven. That's not. I don't think that's going to be enough. But if India can get early wickets, you never know. England are 100% though in the. I mean, they're in the driving seat here, aren't they? They really are. I'll come to the questions as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for the comments. Keep them coming. I will come to them. I'm just going to update the scorecard. Shreyas Iyer was really good. Apart from that, though, not particularly good from India. I'd be really disappointed with that. I think that was pretty poor for the most part from their batting unit. And Charles says Jordan is a master of deception, the magician's trait. Knowing what you know about him, it's difficult to pace yourself um, up to bat against him. Do I play for the slow ball or the skidding quicker one? Yeah, I agree, and that's why like variations are so important in cricket, right? Especially in T20 cricket. Anyway, that is like a must in T20 cricket. So Dark says this is the first time seeing Arthur Rashid and Dawud Malan for me. Oh, really? Wow. So you've never seen Arthur Rashid or Dawud Malan play? So Dark. That's surprising. I've seen Jordan Ball go for a. I've seen Chris Jordan go for 5 6s against Tawatia. Lol. Chris Jordan is the leading wicket taker for England in T20 internationals. He's a damn good bowler. I can tell you that. I'm surprised you've never seen Arthur Rashid bowl because he's played in World Cups and stuff. So Dark. Have you not watched the World Cups? You must have. ODI World Cup 2019? No? Are you quite new to cricket? Or is it just mainly kind of IPL and domestic Indian stuff? Let me know. That's really interesting. Um, that's really, really interesting stuff. For sure. Shreyas Iyer, 67 for him. Really, really good stuff from Shreyas Iyer. Really good knock. Yeah, he's saying the bounce is a bit uneven. It's not really coming onto the bat. So he just, which is why as well, he's kind of perfect for it. That he just said, "I'm going to open the face. I'm going to wait for it, play it late, and just find the gaps." And that's what he did. Really good batting. Very good batting. Let's have a look. What's going on? What do you guys think? Did India have a chance of defending this? I think is the main question, isn't it? Achal says Dawud Malan is a fine. England has huge expectations from him. Yeah, they do. Dawud Malan is one of the best T20 batsmen for the last 2 years. He's been like, I mean, he's ranked number one T20 batsman, isn't he? He is, I think. Yeah. Charles says, "Oh, I didn't watch I did watch the World Cup, but I was watching only India matches. Then they played England in the semi-finals, but I guess if you've only seen Adil Rashid bowl once, you might not remember him. That might be why as well. I think, and I could be wrong, that he cleaned up Kohli in that semi-final with a googly. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The 2019 one. They played in the semi-finals. No, they didn't. They played them in the group stages, and India. Did India win that? I can't remember. I think they did. No, India didn't win. They didn't win. They lost. That was the one where Dhoni was batting really slowly at the end, and everyone's like, "Why is he not trying to win the game?" And to be honest, the game was probably gone, but he was batting slowly, and people didn't understand why. I remember that. That was against England. Yeah, bizarre one. Very bizarre. Okay, I'm just going to quickly get a drink, non-alcoholic drink. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will keep the stream on. I'll literally be about 10 seconds. Once. So Tark says, so I saw Rashid in the semi-final where they lost as it went to the second day. Okay. It's a depressing memory for me. yeah, 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 I can imagine. Let's have a look actually. Hold on. 2019 World Cup. Let's have a look at the results while we're waiting in intermission. So, it was. Let's have a look. Where are we? India play Pak. Yeah, we got slapped by India in the World Cup. Let's have a look. Here we go. Yeah, so no, England beat India. It was. Oh wow, it was a very high scoring game. I trusted yes. Kohli played for the stop ball and it went between his bat and pad. Rashid made a bunny out of him with his slow googly. That was Edgbaston. Yeah. Yeah. Although that wasn't the World Cup though. I'm just looking through it. It wasn't the World Cup 2019. It must have been. Yeah, Virat Kohli he was Liam Plunkett got Virat Kohli. Although she did play that game, he didn't pick up a wicket though. I think the one that I'm thinking of when he cleaned him up must have been the T20 World Cup, maybe. Or a Champions Trophy potentially. One of the two. Yeah. Charles says India played New Zealand in the semis in 2019 World Cup. The game you're mentioning is in the group stages. Yeah, so I'm looking now. It was in the group stages. So Charles says, trust me, it went to the second day because of the rain and the overcast was there and then the ball was moving 6 inches. I don't think this is the Cricket World Cup though, the one they're talking about, Sadak, because it happened in one. It was the one where Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow put on 160 odd, and then if you remember, Dhoni was going really slow, and then he picked it up right at the end, like the last couple of overs, and he got 42 off 31, and they only got 306. Rohit Sharma got 100. KL Rahul was cleaned up for 0. That's interesting that they opened. Oh yeah, because Shikhar Dhawan was injured, wasn't he? Shikhar Dhawan was injured. I remember in that World Cup, and he got injured, which is a big miss actually, because he's a good ODI player, very good ODI player. Blast from the past. Well, it's only 2 years ago, to be fair. That was a very good World Cup, though. I remember. Pakistan just so inconsistent. We beat New Zealand and we beat England. We both got to the finals, and but we couldn't beat some of the so-called lesser teams, unfortunately. Horace says England's in the pot. Lol. Ismail says, "Woo, England." Lol. Thank you, Ismail. Guys in the chat as well, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. England show them the levels. I actually predicted India to win this T20 series 3-2, but then I said that they would England would win the ODI series 3-2, but let's see. Versus Pakistan, we beat England in the T20s to the series, right? No, we didn't. Did we? In the T20s, England versus Pakistan. T20 series. Let's have a looky. No, it was a 1-1. It was 1-1, Horace, because the first one was a no result because it got rained off. Charles says, yes, Sir Dark, you are right. Yes, okay, fine. Yes, yeah, India versus New Zealand. Okay, yeah, that was there, yeah. Old Trafford, I was there. Nice. The wicket was a bit damp on the second day. I went to probably the worst game to go to in that World Cup, which is Pakistan versus West Indies, the first match, because I thought that Pakistan wouldn't do their normal thing and they would get off to a good start rather than a poor start like they always do. Instead, we got cleaned up for what was it, 79 or something, and then West Indies chased it, and I was there for about, I don't know, a couple of hours, and Venu went with me, and he was really annoyed because we drove or he drove like 3.5 hours there, and we drove 3.5 hours back, and we were there for only a few hours. So yes, we got bowled out for 105, and West Indies got it in 13 overs. We were bowled out in 20 overs for 105. They got it with 37 overs to spare. So it was a T20 game, and not a very good one either. Horace says Kohli should be dropped for Surya. Oh my god, that is an outrageous comment. What do you guys think? Surely not. Crypto17 says just came back from school to see India, 124 for 7, good bowling from England. Yeah, 100% cryptic. So Tart says, India versus England. Sorry, India versus New Zealand even, sorry. Thanks, Achal. Yeah. Horace says, oh yeah, we drew. We would have won that rained off game. We were winning that. Yeah, I think they were, although they were 130 off 16. Yeah, maybe. Charles says, hey, Fazan, any change to the series predictions? Told you so. No, I'll stick with it. I'll never change my predictions. I'll try and stick to my guns. So yeah, I'll stick to it. 3-2 India T20, as I said. 3-2 to India in the T20s, 2-1 to England in the ODIs. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll stick to it. Why not? Harris says, I was honest, numb to the West Indies result, but the way we bounced back was decent. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. We bounced back well, and if we'd actually just played well in that first match, it could have been very different. But as per usual, Pakistan always had to do it the hard way, and yeah, terrible. Charles says, tell you what, 3-0 to India in the ODIs. What the hell? That is an outrageous prediction, Charles. Let's see. Who knows, man? Jason Roy, by the way, is struggling for form. They're opening up with Akshar Patel. Harris says, is Venu joining? Yeah, he should be joining. Yeah, he should be. He's just at school, so he'll be coming back. He should be joining around 4 o'clock, maybe. Around maybe 4 o'clock. And he might take it off me for a little bit. But then we're going to do West Indies versus Sri Lanka later as well, because that's going on at the moment. In fact, what's the score? Should probably check that. Let's have a look. Harris says, how do we get done by short balls and England tried it and we slapped them? Because we weren't used to conditions, and then West Indies just ran in and we hadn't adapted, obviously, unfortunately. Harris says, does Venu teach primary or secondary? Secondary school he teaches. And Sri Lanka 130 for 3 for anyone that does care. Gunnar Dalaka, yes, boy, 84 of 81. He's going really well. And Chandamal's in. And 134 for 3. So if Gunnar Dalaka is going to look to get 100 here. And he's going at a strike rate over 100. Yeah, boy. Come on. Sultan says, wait, what? I thought Milan is an opener. No, he's not. He's number 3. Number 3, Sultan. That's why Joe Root isn't in the England side, because he would bat number 3. But Dawud Milan has been so good, they haven't needed Joe Root. That's just the fact. That's just how good he's been doing. And I personally, though, I would personally have Bairstow and Roy to open, Butler as a finisher. I don't really like Butler as an opener, if I'm being honest with you. Bairstow has been doing well with Roy as an opener in the ODIs and T20s, and they just thought, oh well, Butler's done quite well as an opener in like a couple of the games. Let's just try it out. And he scored a couple of runs, but I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of him as an opener, but obviously he's one of the best white ball players around, so I'm sure he'll get runs wherever he bats. But I think he's more suited as a finisher. Hara says, India going to make this difficult for England with their 3 spinners. Yeah, that's what I say. It's not going to be easy. Akshar Patel's only gone for 3 off that first over, just kind of probing, and England are just prodding it around for a few singles. So really good stuff and really good start from India here. Just putting pressure on them. They need a wicket or 2 definitely early doors. Bhuvneshwar Kumar's on. He's a very, very good bowler. Let's see. He can swing the ball both ways. Let's see if he'll be able to do it with this white ball in the T20 series. Achal says, "Why is Joe Day not on the team? Not good enough for T20s." Achal, go and look at his stats. He's not. He's not. He's more of a ODI test player. He's not really much of a test T20 player. He looked decent in the South Africa. He looked Oh my god, I can't speak. He looked decent in the South Africa series. Looked like a quality top order batsman who could bowl a bit. Yeah, so he looks pretty good, and he's not a bad T20 player, but he's nowhere near as good as Dawid Malan, Johnny Bairstow, Joss Butler. Chipped up by Roy over the infield. That's very lucky. Yeah, Morgan, like he would be in your B team. That's what he'd be. There's calls to have him at 3 in the test series, in the test format, because he was at 3 for about a year and a half, and he did quite a good job, and they dropped him after like really only playing badly for maybe 2-3 matches. And then obviously Crawley came in and did a good job, so they didn't need to go back to him. But now it looks like they may need another 3 if Crawley's going to open. So he's more of a longer format player, Charles. Has never really been a really quality T20 player. 5 for naught here, but Bhuvneshwar Kumar, it's a really good start from him. Jason Roy has been struggling for runs, and that's why Alex Hales has popped up even more so recently. He's been struggling for runs a lot, has Jason Roy. So let's see if he can get some type of form here, because he needs it, and he needs it really, really badly. Oh, that's a big one. Was it a big one? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a big one. He gets enough of it, and it's 4 runs. The bat turns in his hands, but it's 4 runs, and that's what he needs. He needs runs, and he needs runs pretty quickly as well here. Good shot from Jason Roy. Really, really good shot. It's the intent. He didn't mean to hit it towards mid wicket. He actually meant to go to mid on. But if you see, because he's so tentative, he hasn't held his shot, and he's gone through it too quickly, and it's gone towards the mid wicket boundary. Now they've actually put someone out there, so that's going to be interesting. Let's see. This time more solid, but just straight towards short cover. So Tuck says Milan is such a cool name. It is quite a cool name, actually, to be fair. That's a good point, Tuck. Milan is a cool name. Milan. I don't know why I keep on saying it. It sounds cool. It does. Charles says Ben Stokes is probably the weakest link in this T20 England side. Tells you a lot about the team. I reckon Sam Curran is. We'll see. If he doesn't get runs, he might not need to bat, to be fair, but I think he's good. I don't think he's great. He's still very young, so he will become a top player. He already is a pretty top player, I would say. Ben Stokes is probably So Ben Stokes, the one thing I'd say, and myself and Achal mentioned this actually in the video we did, the preview, and it's a very good point, is that Ben Stokes has made his mark in the Test arena and the ODI arena, right? He's won the World Cup. He's played very vital Ashes knocks. To be fair, he didn't play amazingly well in the India Test series, but he scored a couple of pretty big knocks. So fine, he scored some runs. In the T20 tournament or scene, he hasn't really done it yet. It's the only format that he's lacking a little bit, and obviously he still will remember the Carlos Brathwaite getting hit for 4 sixes. And it's funny because the careers have kind of turned, haven't they? Because Carlos Brathwaite, his career has not really taken off since that moment, but Ben Stokes has. But yeah, I said this series is quite not vital, but I think it's quite important for him to stamp his authority as the all-rounder in the side. I don't think his position is necessarily in danger. I mean, he picked up a big wicket of Rishabh Pant, and as an all-rounder, the beauty of it is that you can do both. You can get runs or wickets or either, and if they're important enough in either of the disciplines, you'll stay in the side. So he's definitely a very, very good player. I think he's good in this format as well, but he needs to definitely prove it and back it up now with the figures and with good performances, which I'm sure he'll do, because he's too talented not to, I think, for England. And for naught here off 2 overs. and on comes Chahal straight away. So India, this is quite good captaincy, I would say, from Kohli. He's just rotating. He's not. He's trying to make sure that the batsman can't settle. This is a wicket-taking option. Although Jason Roy has, I said that was good captaincy. He's just hit him for 6 over cow corner. These boundaries are pretty small. That's he hasn't overhit that. It's really just a flick over cow corner. Let's have a look. Oh, it's in the slot though from Chahal. It's a bad first delivery. It's a half volley. And Jason Roy says, "Thank you very much. I will hit that into the advertising boards," which is a really, really good shot from him. 14 off 8. That will help those few boundaries. They will help him. He's not looking like he's in full flow yet. And he struggles a little bit with spin early doors, but that will be, he'll be happy with that because that's a freebie. Let's see if Chahal can bounce back. He does. That's much better bowled. Very good length, much better length. Good line as well. And Roy can only hit that straight back to the bowler. Chahal is an interesting one because similar to Kuldeep Yadav, they're both wicket-taking options, although Kuldeep Yadav is obviously not on the side. Interested to see what he can do. Cut away though from Jason Roy, just the fielder. Another dot, so good pressure here from Chahal. So the target says Chahal will go for 3 sixes and then we'll get a wicket. But that's the life of a leg spinner, man. It really is. I mean, I hope he wouldn't go for 3 sixes. He might go for 2 and then pick up a wicket. Or he might go for a couple of 4s and then pick up a wicket. That's kind of the risk. That's the risk and reward balance that you take really with a leg spinner. That you know that he will probably, especially in a T20 form, that's such poor fielding. Oh my gosh, who is that? A Shardul Thakur, and he's been done by the spin. Let's have a look. That's really poor fielding though. Okay, so the ball is spinning. Let's have a look. Okay, it does do him a little bit, but no, you've got to take that into account. That's really poor, and that's 4 runs, and it shouldn't be 4 runs. This is a really expensive over so far. 10 off it. The experiment of bringing on Chahal early doors isn't really paying off, unfortunately, for India. So far, anyway. Still a ball to go, so you never know. So Dark said he might pick up a wicket. But yeah, that's what you do, right? With the leg spinners, you take that risk of saying, you know what, you're a wicket-taking option, but I know you'll probably go for a couple of runs, but it's fine. That's life, right? And you just say, well, I know you're going to go for runs, but at the end of the day, if you're going to pick up wickets for us, and then it's worth it. And then that's why you have other bowlers around that who will contain. He's not in there to contain. That's the thing. Charles says, Ben Stokes can't do anything to drop his knighthood, lol. He can quite literally sleep through his entire career and he'll still be remembered as one of the English greats. Yeah, probably because of obviously the ODI World Cup, they're heading the innings. Yeah. Charles says, bye, tunnel, lol. Bad fielding. Yeah, very bad fielding. Shocking fielding, really, unfortunately, from Shardul Thakur and from India. That's something that I think has been a little bit disappointing for me is India's fielding. In the Test series, it was okay, actually. It was quite good. So I'm hoping they can carry that on, and that was just a blip that we just saw there because they've got some very, very talented fielders, and on the whole, they've done pretty well fielding-wise, haven't they? I think they've done very well fielding-wise in the last few years. They've actually been one of the best fielding outfits out there, so hopefully they can continue to do that as Shardul Thakur comes on. He's got pretty decent stats. Well, his economy is a bit expensive, but let's see. Roy just hitting that into the cover sweeper for 1. Shardul Thakur's got he's got quite a nice outswinger to the right-hander, actually, and this is natural. It's natural variation that he has, which is quite nice to see, actually. Fingers crossed we can see him ramp up because I think he'll need to bowl quite quickly, like Wood and Archer, really bowl into the surface here. Let's see. Yeah, good shot. Oh, that's a really, really good shot from Butler. But they managed to save it. Really, really good stuff. This is Pakistan cricket news, isn't it? I notice you. This is Hassan Ali. Hi, hello. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. Guys, please do remember to like this video and subscribe. Thank you very much. It really is greatly appreciated. I'm sure you have already, but if you haven't, please do. You're all legends. Good shot from Joss Butler there, though. Very, very good shot from Joss Butler. But well fielded. So good fielding from Butler goes to ramp that over the top and realizes he's misjudged it and completely misjudges it. And Charles says, don't be swayed away by the eventual results and the media fanfare. India's played very ordinary cricket this series. Someone has to call it out. This isn't a world #1 test standards at all. Well, I guess the proof will be in the pudding, won't it, Charlie, in the World Test Championship final? If they lose that, then I guess you can say that. But if they win it, it's going to be difficult, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. I think England they underperformed, I'd say, to a degree, and that their batsmen are very inexperienced and haven't really played in these conditions. So India were expected to win 4-0, I think, really. Yeah, I don't know. Shazad says Butler wanting to be pant, failing miserably. But Shazad, you got to remember, Butler did this when Butler started ramping, right? Butler started ramping the ball when Pant was still a child. Pant's only 23. So when Pant was like 16, Butler was ramping balls, man. He's been doing it for a very long time. Pant would have looked at someone like Butler, right, to ramp. Vlog says, please for Hassan Ali. Hassan Ali is not playing, buddy. He's a Pakistani player. So says Butler wanting to be Pant and failing miserably. Exactly. But yeah, Butler, I guess who invented the ramp first? I mean, the Dill scoop obviously is Dilshan, but the ramp, you had people like AB de Villiers and Butler started it. Now you've obviously got people now who do it very well, people like Rishabh Pant. To be honest, most players do it nowadays, but you used to have, I think, the original, the OG people were Butler and I think it was Butler and AB, wasn't it? Butler and AB de Villiers? I'm trying to think who else did it. I think it was those two. 25 for naught, one delivery left. This is a very good over actually from Charlotte Dog. It's just been. Oh no, it's not. Where's mid off? Mid off is non-existent, and he just crunched that through mid off for 4. That's so bizarre. So it was a very good over. Only 4 off it until the last delivery. I was saying he's bowling wicket to wicket, and then he's just bowled a length delivery there. Jason Roy just hit that on the up. Let's have a look. It's a really good shot. It's just pure timing. Yep. Just quick hands through the ball, whipped it down the ground for 4. Really, really good shot from Jason Roy. And it's 29 for naught off 4 overs. Really, really good stuff from Jason Roy there. So just finish the over after what looked like it was going to be a very good over for India. They're going at a pretty good rate here in England. And the thing is, they're not losing any wickets. So India need a wicket and they need it pretty badly. Oh, is that straight up in the air? Or is that 6? There's a short boundary. Let's have a look. Oh, he saves it. He saves the 6. He can't take the catch, though. I think it's KL Rahul. That's a really, really good effort in the field. That's a fantastic effort in the field from KL Rahul. As I said, it's a short boundary, so it nearly went for 6. And KL Rahul saves it. He manages to jump. He can't catch it because if he catches it, it's going to be 6 runs because he's going over the boundary. So he throws it back in to the field, but there's no one there to relay to take it. But he saves it. Let's have a look. Oh, that's really, really good fielding. Very good fielding from KL Rahul. Satak says, AB is the one who did the most. Yeah, I think it was AB. Then Butler. Now people like Pant. And, I mean, really everyone, to be honest. You even see Joe Root do it sometimes. Butler going down the ground again, but this time not going big. Charles says, why don't English players come over and play India Ranji Trophy during the English off season? So many India players now go away to play county cricket during off season. You can see the results. Hold on. Oh, well, it's close. Probably going over or down. So what I would say, John, is that not many Indian players have. Who has? I think Virat Kohli did for only 6 matches for Surrey. Who else has? Pujara, I think, is going to. I think this season, but I don't know if he has in the past though. Rahane hasn't. Rohit Sharma hasn't. Mayank Agarwal hasn't. I don't think either. There's not many that do, to be fair, John. But I do agree with you that they should. I think, for example, if you're struggling to play spin, you go to India, or you can even go to Sri Lanka. You probably won't get paid much, though, I guess. So you're probably going to India. I mean, really, as a county player, if you're not playing franchise cricket, and that might be the other reason why players are not. Because to be honest with you, Charles, a lot of these county players, if they're not playing for England, they're still getting picked up by franchises, whether it's IPL, whether it's CPL, whether it's PSL, so or the LPL now as well, or the BPL, which is so, or the BBL. So there's like 6 different franchises, all, and you get paid more. So why would you hold on? Umpire's call. Oh, is the impact that did look out, but it's umpire's call is the impact, so it's not out because the original decision was not out. But yeah, so Joel, that's what I would say is that Satak is saying that Pujara goes. Yes, Pujara has gone maybe a couple of times, but he's really the only one. Kohli's only played 6 matches for Surrey, 1 season it was, and it was only a couple of longer format matches, so county games. The rest were T20s and 1-day internationals, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, ideally, that's what you do. Fantastic shot from Ball off the back foot. That is pure timing. Really, really shot from Josh Butler off the back foot. 2 shot from Akshar Patel. Let's have a look here. So Tark says, KL, yeah. Charles says, Pujara, Rahane, Shaw, Mayank, Vihari, Ashwin, Akshar, and Ishan. Really? Have they? Since when? Let's have a look. Ishan Sharma has. Oh, hold on. That's a big one. Ashwin has as well. That is a ridiculous shot from Josh Butler for 6. That's a big one. That's a big, big shot. A child. I was talking about batsmen though. So Ashwin and Akshar and Ishant Sharma are bowlers. So, but I didn't know Vihari, Mayank, Shaw, and Rahane did. I know Pujara has. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, he did. Rahane has played. He played last year. No, he played 2 years ago with Hampshire. Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look. Shaw, you said as well. So Prithvi Shaw really should be. He trained with Gloucestershire, so he hasn't played county cricket. He's played like schoolboy cricket. Okay, that's still pretty good, but yeah, he hasn't really played. So far I've got Pujara Rahane. Let's check Mayank Agarwal. Mayank Agarwal. No, Mayank hasn't. I don't think. Achar. Let's check Vihari. Yeah, so Vihari has. Okay, so I've got so far Pujara, Rahane, Vihari, Ashwin has as well. I know because he played for Nottingham. But that's bowling wise. But even then, that's still very good experience. Let's see. I think batting is the biggest thing because like Ishant Sharma would have done well here because like it's not as flat as India, right? So he would have loved to play. Akshar Patel played for Durham. That's cool. Ah, very nice. 2018, he played for them. That's cool. And Nishan Sharma I know has as well. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. But yeah, I get what you mean. I think, to be honest with you, people like Ollie Pope, he's not going to play franchises, so he should come play in India, play in Sri Lanka, play in Pakistan, play in Australia even. Like, just go on the domestic circuit. That's what I would do if I was him. And just develop your game. Why not? So, yeah. Let's see. 42 for 0 or 5 overs. Let's update the scorecard. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's back on. They're going at 8 and over here, so they're doing pretty well. Are England, they're doing a pretty good job so far. So far, so good, for sure. Butler on fire. Butler is on fire, Satak. He is on fire. And Achar made a good point about someone. So just checking Pujara, Rahane, Bahari, Ashwin, Akshay, and Ishan all did. It was just Prithvi Shaw played schoolboy cricket. Doesn't really count. And Mayank Agarwal, I couldn't find anything on him. But yeah, I think obviously batting wise, that's really good that you've had 3 batsmen come and play. And England need the same thing. Ollie Pope should be really going. I think there's this thing that county championship domestic cricket is the best level, but probably isn't anymore. You used to have loads of people going. You still have people going, and it's good. I think in terms of developing to make sure that I think as a batsman it's perfect, right? It's perfect to go to the county championship because it's very challenging conditions. But the bowling isn't, I wouldn't say, is the highest level compared to other domestic tournaments anymore. I would say that it's pretty good, and you don't get the kind of like before you'd get people coming like Shane Warne and Wasim Akram and people like that. You don't really get people like that anymore. You won't see Steve Smith, for example, coming to play here. You won't see Kane Williamson coming to play. Virat Kohli only played a few matches. Yeah, Joe Root is mostly on England duty. So, and with all the franchises, most of the England players don't even play much of the county season. Shatat says, "What drugs is Alex Hales doing?" They just said recreational, so maybe weed or something. I'm assuming. I don't know. I think it was weed, so recreational drugs. I think so. Nothing too hard. I don't think. I think it was that. I don't know 100%. To be fair, but from what I can remember, it was that. So yeah, it wasn't performance enhancing drugs or anything. It wasn't steroids. It was stuff that like you would have recreational, which again is still illegal. So, which is why they have to distance themselves. So it was just a silly thing for him to do. It's short from well fielded from the man at point. I think that's actually Chahal. No, it's not. It is Shreyas Iyer, the fielding. And Butler's 22 or 20. Jason Roy's 24 or 15 here. England 46 for noughts or 5.5 overs. A good over so far from Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Only 4 off it. And 1 ball remaining as Ben Stokes is drinking his Red Bull. Lol. That is so funny. He's drinking a Red Bull. Making sure he's got the adrenaline and energy to come and hit sixes. And Butler, what timing? Beauty. And again, another over ruined with a boundary at the end. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar will be really frustrated by that because that was a very good over until that last ball. And 8 off the over, 50 for north of 6. And that's beautiful time from Joss Butler. It's a flick through mid-on. Satak says, do you know what's common between Shaw and Hales? No, I don't. Let me know, Satak. What's common between Shaw and Hales? Let me know. Let me know what's the common ground between those two players. Also, as well, thanks guys as well for joining. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you have any friends that you think are interested in this type of thing, please do share the videos. Sharing videos really does help, actually. Probably. Well, what does it? No, I guess not as much as subscribing. Subscribing helps probably the most, but sharing is a close second as well. And I probably don't say it enough. I think to like the videos, which again does really help. So thank you, and comment. But sharing videos has really helped because it just gets the channel out there, and it just helps people and myself get exposure. And then if people enjoy it, they can subscribe. If not, then not an issue as well. And I just will never watch me again. No, I'm joking. It's fine. 50 for naught of 6 overs. Akshay Patel is back on. Obviously, he ripped through the England side in the Test series. Some of the pictures were pretty helpful. This one is not as much so. But he's bowled okay. There's nothing, I wouldn't say terrible. Let's have a look here. Oh, Jason Roy goes big. That's 6. That will be 6. And he hits Akshar Patel against spin as well. It's against the spin of Akshar Patel into the leg side, into that cow corner region for 6. And that's a bigger 6 than the one previously. This time goes very leg side of the ball. At first, then what he does, he knows that it's going to straighten up, so he gets inside the line of the ball because he wants to go leg side, head over the ball, keeps it still, just swings through the line. Really, really good batting from Jason Roy there. He's 30 off 17. So Dart says they were both out of the team for drugs. Oh, fair enough. Cough syrup, for sure. Really? But cough syrup's not a drug. What was he? Did he get addicted to it or something? That's a bizarre one. Let me know, Satak. Did he get addicted to cough syrup? That's bizarre. 56 for naught off 57 for not even, or 6.3 overs. And Akshar Patel's been quite expensive now. He's 0 for 23 off his 2.3 overs. Let's see how he can do for the rest of this over. He needs to kind of keep it quite tight if he can. Single there from Josh Butler, driving into the offside. But yeah, I mean, cough syrup's a weird one to get banned for, so I'm only assuming that he got addicted to it and was just, I don't know, giving himself lots of spoons of cough syrup or something. Which is a bit of a bizarre one, isn't it? Or is it just me? Akshar Patel this time, again, much better though from him. Let's have a look. They're showing the 6. Yeah, it was too short. Good use of the feet from Johnny Best, from Jason Roy. Johnny Besto is down the order. All good again from Jason Roy. This is going to really help his confidence, actually, getting this type of start. Even if he gets out now, I think he'll be quite happy that he's managed to get some runs here and get them at a pretty decent strike rate as well. So this is a good start from England. India not really looking like picking up a wicket, which is quite worrying. And to me, what it shows is that this surface is not that hard to bat on. It might have got a bit flatter, but again, it's a T20 game, so the pitch is not going to change dramatically, right? It's not going to. It's not going to. Yeah, it's not going to change dramatically in a T20 game. So Dark says, "Yep, addicted to cough syrup. That is crazy." He says, "Why do you think there's a 6-inch gap between his bat and pad?" I saw Jimmy say this yesterday. It's just a technical deficiency that you need to sort out. Unfortunately, he is not moving his feet. Simple as that. His defensive technique is gone. And actually, if you look at Shubman Gill, he had something similar. So Prithvi Shaw had deficiency against Pat Cummins because the ball was seaming in, right? And what happened is that what was happening is his bat was out here, and then he realized, oh no, I should be back. I should actually be inside because I'm actually going offside of the ball and I'm going to get cleaned up. So his legs went back almost and his bat's gone forward. He hasn't brought his bat back in time, or he hasn't accounted for the seam in. That caused the gap. Similarly, Shubman Gill is not being able to play Anderson with the in-swingers. He got out 3 times to big in-swingers. Hold on, Jason Roy off the back foot and dispatching Chahal. And India they didn't know what to do. They're obviously really missing someone like Bumrah, but they've still got some damn good players. I'm surprised they haven't played Natarajan in this. The selection has been very questionable from India for me. Shardul Thakur hasn't really done much. Akshar Patel hasn't done much. It's a very, very bizarre selection so far. If they go on to lose this match, Rohit Sharma obviously not on the team. Oh, that's a big in from Jason Roy. That's gone for 6. There's no way that hasn't. Yes, it has. Jason Roy's teeing off, and Chahal is getting some punishment here. Some absolute. He's getting punished big time. But yeah, just back onto the Shubman Gill point, because I was saying Prithvi Shaw, obviously, you are saying has got that issue. Similarly, and that's 1, 4, and 6, by the way, from this over. Shubman Gill has something similar that his head is falling over and he's going very offside of the ball because Anderson bowls these big in swingers, right? that he did in that spell. Two of them were LBW to Prithvi Shaw. The other, sorry, to Shubman Gill. The other one was clean through the gate, and it was a gap between bat and pad. So he's falling over his front leg, and he has that gap as well. So both of them need to work on playing the in swinger for Shubman Gill, and for Prithvi Shaw the in seamer, so the ball seaming in, right, and that will stop them from getting out LBW or clean through the gate and having that gap. Again, Jason Roy going. This time it's only going to be a single, I think. Yep. No, it's going to be two. Well, good running. This is a big over for England so far. Very big over. And Jason Roy is just punishing Chahal here because it's already 13 off the over and only 2 balls remaining. So, yeah, big over so far from England. And Jason Roy is 43 off 23. He's starting to motor here and he's really got his eye. And this is going to really help his confidence, that's for sure. This time goes down the ground. That will be a single. Again, timing is great. So Tark says, no, I'm kidding about his bat and pad, but he genuinely is out of cough syrup addiction and discipline issues, and being out of form is a cherry on the top. Yeah, true. But to be fair, have you seen his form in the domestic format recently, Satak? He's topping the run chart, so he's looking to that's out, that is out. That Joss Butler, see, 28 or 23 is not very destructive, is it? Why is he opening? Like, okay, fine, he's created a platform, but do you not want Joss Butler coming in like as a floater so that he can just come in and go ballistic instead of saying I'm going to try and take my time a little bit? I don't know. It's a weird one for me. I don't really agree with having him open the batting, and he doesn't score quick enough at the top. I don't know. I feel like he's wasted at the top, but I don't. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that's interesting to talk. But he's, as I said, he's now scoring a lot of runs domestically. I think he's scored the most runs this season in the domestic tournament for India. So he'll be looking to say, you know what, I'm going to push my way back into the Test team. Interested to see if they take Prithvi Shaw to the World Test Championship or the England tour for the Test matches. So Stark says yes. At least I'll get Milan to bat. Yeah, exactly. At last, he says I'll get to see Milan bat. This is a big test, by the way, for Dawid Malan because he's performed in T20s around the world. Apart from he hasn't obviously played in India yet, so this is going to be a big test. It looks pretty flat. It doesn't look that hard to bat on. So we'll see. He should do all right here, but you never know. There's pressure on straight away coming in here. Joss Butler, as I said, still not convinced that he's an opener. Let's have a look. So Tart says yes. His coach has said if you don't play well in this Ranji Trophy, your IPL franchise team will drop him, and India will never give you a chance. What? That's so harsh. But the IPL is a different format, right? So that's why it's so silly. It's so silly that they wouldn't do that. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hardik Pandya is 44, 38. Oh, not bad at all. Yeah, I'm still not sold on Butler opening. It was a pretty slow knock from him, for sure. And so Dark says if you don't play, yeah, Ross is on fire. Yeah, definitely. It seems it, doesn't he? He's scoring a lot of runs, so it seems that's probably the case for sure. It does seem like it's the case that he's a man or a young boy, young man even, who's definitely thinking to himself, you know what? But actually, before we go on, just having a look at the legs. Oh, it's umpire's call actually for height. But Butler said actually I think it was out, and so it's a good call from Butler not to review. It was a good delivery from Chahal as well. A very very good delivery from Chahal to get out Butler. 73 for 1 off 8.1 overs. Let's see what Dawid Malan can do here because I'm really interested to see how he does in India. This is going to be quite he's going to be vital, right, for England in the World Cup because he's seen as their best player at the moment in T20s on current form in the last year or so. So if he can take the form that he's had into India and into the World Cup, then England are in a very good position. But if not, they may struggle. So let's see. Just having a look at his stats, I think they're going to bring up, are they? Yeah, they are. Strike rate of 150. His average is something ridiculous, actually. I need to bring up because they're not showing it. His average is unbelievable. Let's have a look. Let's have a looky, shall we? Dawud Malan has an average of 53.43 in T20s. Bloody hell. That's from 19 matches. So from 19 matches, he scored 100 and 950s. So he scores 100 or 50 every second innings. His strike rate is 150 and he averages 53. Ridiculous. That's actually unbelievable. That is just crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff. Dawud Malan is a beast in T20s. He really is a beast. Crazy player is Dawud Malan. Slow ball from Hardik Pandya, and it's just punished from Malan. That's a really poor delivery. Really, really poor. Slow ball. He's having a smile, but he shouldn't be because it's just a freebie. And England are cruising here. Absolutely cruising. It's a cutter down the leg side, and it's short. Not a good delivery whatsoever. And India should really have learned from how England bowled that what you need to put it on the spot and then change it up. But you don't need to have a whole lot of slower balls in the first 10 because the pitch is not. It wasn't coming on anyway. Although England are making it look very easy to bounce, so it now looks like the application from maybe some of the Indian batsmen wasn't there. So Tart says his average is better than Kohli's. Yeah, it is. Dawud Malan is a beast in T20 so far. Or they're doing that thing again where they're just zooming into the trophy and making it look like it's amazing. I don't get this. It's so bizarre. Why do they do this? It's so funny. PayTM T20I trophy. And they just zoom in. It's just so funny. Oh, good delivery from Hardik Pandya. That's better. It's short and across the left-hander. Only 5 off that over, so it's a pretty good over from him. 77 for 1 off 9 overs. Good stuff from Hardik Pandya to end that over anyway. Let's just update this. Joss Butler, was it 28 off 23? So not, again, I'm just not really sold on him at the top. I think he's better as a floater or as a finisher for England. And I'd put Bairstow to open. Or Alex Hales if Alex Hales is actually ever coming back into England fold. They need 48 from 66. This is going to be a cruise for England, I think. Going to be pretty easy pickings. It's just a matter of how quickly they can get this, really. I reckon they could get this in 4. They could get it in 4 or 5 overs. Maybe 5 overs potentially. Just depending on how. It's really depending on how quickly they can bat. Chahal's on though. He could go for runs, and he goes for just one off this first delivery. He'll either get wickets or runs, won't he? I think is the general consensus from Chahal for sure. 1 for 26, 2.1 overs, absolutely crazy stuff. So he's taken the most wickets for India in T20s. Has he? Yeah, he has 60. Wow. So more than Bumrah or Ashwin, but he's definitely gets hit a lot, doesn't he? That's for sure. But he's a wicket taker, so it's difficult. He needs to be bowling a lot better than this, though, especially in the T20 World Cup, because bowling like this will get punished. Too many short deliveries, too many loose deliveries. That's better bowled. It's good line length. The left-hander. I think that's a googly as well. Showing the wicket. Yeah, see, I mean, the wicket delivery just shows the type of ability he has. That's the type of wicket taking deliveries he'll need to come up with. Obviously, not all the time, but having that variation. Oh, hold on. Milan gets away with that. He tries to go long over mid off, but gets an inside edge. I think a little. Yeah, he's thinking to himself, got a bit jammy there. It's an inside edge. Red Fly says, Red Fly, thanks for joining. He says, this is a pure hammering from England. Darwin and Kohli need to be dropped. That is, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on? First of all, guys, thank you very much for joining. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please share the video as well if you think anyone's interested. Darwin, I think, definitely shouldn't be in the team. Like, I can't believe they didn't play Rohit Sharma. I don't know why they rested him for the first two T20s. That's just crazy. If you're going to rest him, you rest him for the last two. And if they dropped him as a tactical decision, that's even worse. But Shikhar Dhawan shouldn't be in the T20 side. I 100% agree. Kohli is like one of the best T20 players around, isn't he? Not on current form, but if you look at his figures, I mean, he averages over 50 in T20s, and he's the captain. He's not going to get dropped. So that's quite a big statement from Red Flyer. That's quite funny, though. I mean, look, he's a good player, isn't he? He's a good player, so he's not going to get dropped. I'm sure he'll get runs in this series, but he seems to be struggling for runs in all three formats, unfortunately. So Tark says, I think this match will be over by the 15th over. I think that's a pretty good prediction, I think. Probably will be. Charles says, I feel for the commentators in such games. How do you keep having the thrill and excitement when there's nothing in the game? Hard day for broadcasters. Yeah. Oh my God, something could happen here. Something. Oh, nothing. No, nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, I know what you mean. So Tuck says, and they don't even have questions from people like you. Like, I'm really lucky because I can talk about the game, and I also have you guys talking about stuff. It's 81 for 1 off 10. So England, as I said, cruising here. It's a good over from Chahal, though. Only 4 off it. So they need a couple more overs like that to start tying down England. So Tart says, I agree, Darwin should get one more chance and then he should be dropped. I think he should just be dropped anyways. But he'll play the next match anyway because I think they said they'd be resting. Rohit Sharma won't be playing the first 2 matches. So if Rohit Sharma's not playing the first 2 matches, I think, yeah, Darwin will get another chance. KL Rahul obviously didn't perform in this one, but given his his past form, he won't get dropped. So I think they'll go with KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma for the last 3 and into the World Cup as well. Shreyas Iyer seems to have, unless he doesn't get any more runs at all in the rest of the series, I think he's solidified his position at number 3. Kohli is always going to be at 4 even. Kohli's always going to be at 3. He's not going to get dropped ever for like years, I don't think. Unless he goes on like a run of horrible results for like a year and a half, 2 years, I don't think he'll get dropped. Red Fly 44 says, the thing that is stupid is India has a team to beat England, but their approach and the team selection is just so wrong. Yeah, I agree. The team selection has been shocking, actually. I mean, Shardul Thakur shouldn't be in a side for me personally. I would put in Natarajan or Saini. And then who else? Like Akshar Patel? What you don't play Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar? They're 2 of the same players, right? Could have put someone else in there. Where's Saini? Where's like these players? I don't know. It's just bizarre selection. No Rohit Sharma as well is a strange one. Red Fly says they should let Tawatia open the batting with KL. What about Rohit Sharma though? Rohit Sharma is like your best T20 player. Who's better than Rohit Sharma in T20s for you guys? Who's better than Rohit Sharma in ODIs as well? He's your best ODI. No, Kohli's probably your best ODI player. Your best T20 player is Rohit Sharma, like by a mile. You got to have, surely, Red Fly, you've got to have Rohit Sharma opening. Tawati you could have in there, but like somewhere, but not instead of Rohit Sharma, surely. But I get what you mean. Like he's obviously a big hitter, so he can hit 4 or 5 sixes. But then is it a case of you play Rohit Sharma and him? Because for me, Rohit Sharma has to be in the team when you have your kind of strongest team. 87 for 1 off 10.3 overs. Red Fly says their team selection that's such poor bowling from Pandya again, by the way. Again, straying onto Milan's hips, and he just flicks it around the corner. It's so easy for England at the moment because the bowling has just been so pedestrian. Like Pandya needs to be doing better here. He's a much better bowler than this. Reply says the team selection is so bad because they keep selecting all these senior citizens instead of a young IPL talent. Oh, that's so funny. That's quite funny. I meant before Sharma gets back. Okay, fine. Yeah. So one more game, I guess. So they could, but yeah, why not? They may as well, to be honest. I mean, Darwin's not going to be a long-term solution, so they may as well try that. That's quite a good point. Charles says India's think tank for the T20s is completely outdated. You need a more carefree approach to the game. That's why West Indies and England do so well. Yeah, the West Indies struggled a little bit with Sri Lanka. But yeah, I get what you mean, Charles. I do. And the thing is, they have, and actually, we talked about this. Myself and a child talked about this in the preview for the T20. In that India don't really have a lot of players who really specialize in the T20 format, whereas teams like England do. So that makes quite a big difference for sure. It really does. And yeah, I agree. It's slightly outdated. It really is. To be fair, Pakistan have got a similar outdated approach as well. I think it's maybe a majority of the subcontinent teams. And talking of West Indies, they're playing Sri Lanka at the same time, by the way. And Sri Lanka 187 for 5 off 38.1 overs. Gunatilaka go out for 96. Oh, poor. Dinesh Chandimal's 57 off 85. He's going at a 67 strike rate. This isn't a test match. Come on. Poor. So Dark says Virat Kohli is blast since Australia. He has been so cold. Today he threw away his wicket by slogging Abdul Rashid. Had like a captain, for God's sake. To be fair, Siddharth, that wasn't a slog. He tried to punch it over mid-off. That's not a slog. That's a back foot drive. He's tried to go over the top when he shouldn't have. He should be hitting that on the floor. It's not really a slog. But also, you need to remember, Siddharth, since Australia, right, is since the new year, so it's only a few months. You can't drop someone because of a couple of months of bad form when he's probably arguably he's in the top 4 batsmen in the world, and in the rankings he's still there as well. So like you can't, and I'm someone who obviously I'm not an Indian fan, so I don't really care. But I just don't think you can't. Looking at it objectively, I just think you can't. He's not in a very good run of form, yeah, but that happens at times, and you have to just stick with them and say you'll get back onto form, and he will, for sure. But I agree about acting like a captain. I think a lack of application and the way that he captains, I don't particularly like, but it's got results in quite a lot of instances, so it's difficult to kind of go against it, I guess, as well. I know why a lot of people say he should be in there. Charles says India has the world's highest rated T20 league, yet it's such a poor international team. Yeah, that's true. Do you think that's because there's a lot of international talent rather than domestic, and that's out? Washington Sundar gets Roy out on 49. That looks pretty plumb as well. I'm surprised he didn't open up with Washington Sundar, by the way, instead of Akshar Patel. But he normally opens the bowling for India. Let's have a look. I think that's out. He's reviewed it. Oh, he's reviewed it just in time. 1 second left. Let's have a look. Siddharth says, or just give it away to Kohli, or just give the captaincy away to Rohit. He's talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Oh, I think that's out, but we'll have a look with DRS. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I do feel that Kohli's under a lot of pressure at the moment now, and he's captain all 3 formats. It's hard to captain all 3 formats, and he did it when India went in transitional phase. They're not anymore. I would put Rohit Sharma as the captain and just let Kohli focus on his game, but who am I? What do I know? Red Flyer says the bowling is horrible, but to be fair, they're missing Pollard. Yeah, that's one player. You can't. Oh, umpire's call. Impact's umpire's call, so that will be out. Oh, it's unlucky, Jason Roy. He's on 49 as well. I do feel slightly bad for him. That was a good knock. Very good knock though from him. 49 off 32. He's walking off. He's not happy. He's a bit grumpy, Jason Roy, when he gets out. He's quite funny. Bumrah and Natarajan though is not playing because they didn't pick him. That's their own fault. Does Shami even play T20s Red Fly? I don't think he does. I don't think he plays T20 Shami. I could be wrong though. I don't think he does. And Jadeja is a big mister. Jadeja and Natarajan. Natarajan should be in the side though, so that's just selection. So Bumrah and Jadeja are the big two misses for me in India side, I think. But again, they've still got all this talent. Like they should be doing better. They should be. Red Fly says also Chahal is overrated. They should replace him with Chakravarti. He failed a fitness test, Chakravarti, so that's why he's not playing. Otherwise, he may have been playing, but he failed a fitness test. So unfortunately, again, so he's failed it a couple of times. I think something to do with he's got some kind of persistent injury, and they keep on doing fitness tests, and it looks like he's going to get injured, so they don't play him. Or I don't know whether it's to do with fitness as in actual fitness, like doing a bleep test, etc. Red Fly says, I understand Kohli getting beaten by Archer, but his record against Adil Rashid is amazing. From what I know, it's not. He's got cleaned up quite a few times, Red Fly, from Adil Rashid. Adil Rashid is... Virat Kohli is a little bit of Adil Rashid's bunny, to be honest with you. He gets cleaned up by the googly. I don't know if you remember, but that was the delivery where he got done by the googly and he looked at the pitch like, what the heck just happened? He got done really badly. He doesn't normally perform that well against Adil Rashid. Although she tends to get him out quite a bit, from what I know anyway. His record isn't great against Adil Rashid, and that's why I wasn't surprised when he got him out, because he struggles quite a bit with Rashid. Reply says, I think India has the most T20 talent for sure, but they stick to stupid old methods and never play 80% of the talent. Lol. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think, to be fair, Pakistan's the same. We've got so much talent, but we don't select them correctly, the players. We had a squad announced today, and if you looked at the squad, it looks like it's based on people performing a lot better, which is good, rather on performances rather than looking at past performances or people that actually they've just been the side, just select them again. Like if the guy Ahmed's not in there, I'm so glad, so happy about that. I'm just going to quickly say that because he's rubbish. Charles says, Red Flyer, Kohli's record against leg spinners and Chinamen has been very poor. Yeah, everyone knows now that he struggles against pace bowlers with the fist stump line and also the googly coming into him. Yeah, he does. It's because of his trigger movement across as well, right? So I don't know what it is, but he just... I need to do proper analysis on it. I don't know exactly why, because I haven't looked into it, to be honest with you. But I do know he's got weaknesses against leg spin, and as the child is saying, Chinaman as well. In terms of the fist stump line, I think that fist stump line with paces is more discipline, because Babar Azam has the same thing. That's just to do with the fact of you're chasing after deliveries that you shouldn't be chasing after because it's wide and you're mistiming and you're trying to go for big booming drives. And that happens. I mean, Joe Root's got a similar thing as well. The only person that doesn't really have that is Kane Williamson, but he does it occasionally. Steve Smith has the same thing as well. Anything wide, occasionally, every one out of every maybe 6-7 innings, they'll try and go for this expansive drive because they're just in such good form. And they'll nick off and they'll just think, oh, what have I done? And they've gone after a ball which they shouldn't have, basically. Red Fly says, my bad. I think I was talking about Rashid Khan. Yeah. It's the other Rashid Khan. He does. I think Kohli plays Rashid Khan quite well. I think, and he bowls quite quickly. He bowls quite quickly, which is why it's like darts, which is why it's difficult. Well, it's a lot easier, I think, to play because Kohli likes that pace. It's 92 for 2 of 12. Let me just update the score. So a pretty good over from India again. England are stalling slightly. They need to go again. Charles says, I think Red Fly meant amazing as sarcasm. Kohli has been victim of so many leggies. Although she'd even Adam Zampa. No, I think he meant Rashid Khan, as he said. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Red Fly says, Charles Shaw, no, I actually thought you had Rashid in the bag, lol. Yeah. You meant Rashid Khan, didn't you? That's why. That's one. That's an easy mistake to make. Yeah, Adam Zampi struggles with Josh Hazelwood. He struggled with him a lot in Australia. So, but to be fair, Josh Hazelwood in Australia is quite difficult to face. So, but he was Josh Hazelwood's bunny. So I don't know what it is. It's just a lack of form. He clearly needs to work on a few things as well. He's lost a little bit of that. It could be a case of people have figured him out a little bit, and he needs to adapt again and evolve. That happens as a batsman or bowler. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's cause to be too concerned. I mean, I'm sure he'll score runs at some point. I don't think it's a massive issue, personally. Reply says India's just lucky they have such a good test team. Otherwise, Kohli would have no merit as a captain. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Rahane did well in Australia, didn't he? And then obviously there was question marks around Kohli as Test captain. But then they won. Oh, I think that's gone. Bairstow's tried to go big, and it's gone for six. It's just gone for six. He's flicked that, and the boundaries are small here. By the way, I don't think the boundaries will be that small here, but they're pretty small here in Ahmedabad. He's flicked that, and actually hasn't got all of that, and it's just gone over Rishabh Pant's head for six. Red Fly says the child. No, yeah. Red Fly says one positive from this game is I and Pan looked really good during their time batting. Pan looked okay at the start, then he slowed down, which kind of worried me a little bit because he hit that really good reverse paddle, like unbelievable shot for six, and then he also hit a flick off his legs, which is a really good shot as well. As Chahar bowls, and again, Versa tries to go big this time. Oh, he can't get there. Shikhar Dhawan, he dives in front. It's a drop. It's a hard chance, though. It is a hard chance. Then he 26 off 46. But yeah, so Punt for me is a man in form, but he didn't accelerate. He started off quite quickly and then he got tied down and then he flicked a really easy. It was a ball down leg side, which Dawood Malan has been putting away for four. He should have gone finer. He didn't. He went kind of in front of square, hit it straight to mid wicket. The way he got out, he'll be disappointed. But he's a talent. We know that he needs, but he should be doing better, I think. But yeah, he looks okay. He does, Rishabh Pant. I was really impressed by Shreyas Iyer. I thought he was phenomenal today. Really the only Indian batsman that looked good, to be honest with you. What is Dawood Malan doing? Dawood Malan is trying to paddle that round the corner. It's a straight ball almost. And he's lucky because he's towed it because that's almost been LBW. Oh, classic. Oh, really good. Charles says boundaries are on average just 63 to 65 meters small, but not Auckland short. Yeah, exactly. They're really small, aren't they? They're really small. Oh, guys, I'm gonna have to actually go soon, which is a bit of a nightmare. I'm trying to see if I can get someone to come on to cover me while I'm gone because I'm only going to be gone for about 15 minutes. No Flyer says KL needs to do a lot better. He's probably India's best T20 batsman other than Rohit. He did make an amazing save though. Yeah. I think he obviously underperformed today, but it's probably a case of he'll do better throughout the series. I can't see him not scoring runs this series. I think he's a very good T20 player. It's the hundreds up, by the way, as well. And Bairstow goes big. That's 6 runs. That is a big shot. Johnny Bairstow is not the most pleasing on the eyes, but it doesn't matter because he's effective. That's the thing, isn't it? He's effective for sure. And I think he should be opening the batting for England. I don't think Butler should be, personally. (106 for 2 off 12.5 overs. Only 19 to win. Come on, can they get this before I go? I need to go in like 5 minutes. Oh, okay, 18 runs needed. Come on, 3 sixes in a row. That's what I need. That's what I need. Sorry for all the Indian fans, but that would be good. Is 100 and what? Was it 102? Or 13? Let's have a look. Her fly says Darwin literally has 3 shots at his disposal. Why does he even play? Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's a bit limited. He's very strong. He's a very typical left-hander. He's very strong square of the wicket, behind square, and then when he's on form, he can start to drive the ball, etc. As well. But yeah, he's not a particularly expansive batsman, is he? Okay, Washington Sundar's on. He's quite good. No, come on, give us three half volleys, please. He's going to bowl really well. Watch. Annoying. Oh, hold on. No, that's 4 runs. Oh, what a shot from Johnny Bairstow. He's a half volley and there's pressure on him. 14 to win. Come on, get it in this over. Sorry, Indian fans. Sorry, but I need to go. So it would be perfect if they could just finish it up now so that then I can go and I don't just miss an over for no reason. India will be looking at the selection policy here because it's been really poor. I think the selection has been really shocking. I haven't been impressed by it at all. I really haven't. Red Fly says the way Pandya walked out, I thought we were we were on for a 3400. Couldn't have been more wrong. Yeah, he was disappointing as well. Pandya was really disappointing. Rishabh Pant has that David Beckham brashness about him, doesn't he? The reverse sweep for 6 he played against Jofra felt like a free kick goal Beckham scored against Greece in 01. The swag. Yeah, I get what you mean, Anchol. I get what you mean. A little bit of the arrogance, but not bad arrogance, to be fair. Just a single there for Besto. Oh man, I don't think they're going to get in this over. Come on, you guys can do it. 111 for 2. Johnny Besto's 21 off 11. Milan 14 off 14. Milan won't go big unless it's in the slot though, because he knows they only need 13 to win. So, but yeah, and as my brother's saying in the background, he'll just want to not out. He'll want a red inker to his name to improve his average. So Tart says, Fazan, wait till the 15th over, it will end. Yeah, I might have to. Let's see. I still need to go in about maybe we'll probably push it to like 7-8 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. 113 for 2 off 13 point over. Stop getting singles. What's up with the singles? Get some boundaries here. Oh, just punching it. And stop patting the ground. Get back to your crease. Come on, Besto. Besto's like, yeah, I've got to pat the ground because he's going to try and charge Washington Sundar. That's why. A wicket would be the worst scenario for me, by the way, because then it stops the game. And that's good bowling actually from Washington Sundar. It's quite full into Johnny Bairstow's legs. It's like a dart. It's pretty quick as well. It's 105 Ks. Yeah, and just hits that into mid on, or into the onside even for 1. 22 for 12, 22 off 12 for him. England only need 11 off 37. It's 114 for 2. 1 ball left in the over. Oh, is that corn ball? Oh, what happened there? Oh, Washington Sinner just pushed Best out. That's interesting. What's happened there? Oh, stop having an argument. We don't have time for this. We have a game to win. The handbags are out. 114 for 2. Washington Sunder's not happy. I think he thinks it's obstruction. He's going to do a Kieran Pollard. Don't do a Kieran Pollard. Don't be that guy. It's not, yeah, it's a scummy move, exactly. It's not the way to do it. That's not how you want a wicket. 114 for 2 or 14 overs. 11 runs needed. Red Fly says, has any team ever won from a situation like this before? I don't think so. Sultan says the only way India can win if it rains in Ahmedabad. Oh, so funny. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, well, come on. Charlotte Parker's on. What do you guys think? Will Charlotte Parker give me a couple of half volleys so I can go? No? No one thinks so. Charles says batsman has the right to stand his ground, no problem at all here. Yeah, I know. Don't understand it at all. Come on, half volley, please. Oh, it's a wide delivery. Come on, stop it. That's such a typical Johnny Bairstow thing to do. It's a wide delivery. Just leave it. Oh, what's happening? Oh, he's getting a new bat. Oh, he's wasting my time.
That's his dolly. He got hit in the head.
Yeah. On. Oh. Yeah, it's having a replay. Yeah, nothing wrong in that. That will be one. B1. A red fly says Shad Wataka just wants to have a bowl. He's enjoying his time out there. Let him be. Yes, exactly. Let him be, exactly. Oh, that's a bit aggressive from Washington Sunday for no reason. He's obviously not happy they're losing, but get over it, mate. Come on, you're only 21 as well. No need to be so aggressive. Oh, he actually appealed, I think, for the obstruction. Yeah, cheeky boy. He's been watching too much Kieran Pollard against Sri Lanka. Cheeky boy. Oh. I wonder why his name's Washington, actually. Surely he's not named after a city. Please, what do you think he's named after? Quite funny. Well, his dad is a crack up though. He gets so annoyed when his son doesn't get 100. And I'm like, he scored 96. Like he batted really well, and his dad was having a go on the in the Indian media, and I was like, your son is like a gun player at 21. Let's see here. Oh, it's really poor from down round. They run a single. That could be a run out. Oh, that would have been. If it was a direct hit, that was out. Luckily, not for me though. And Charles says it literally seems like everyone is playing for the figures. I know, right? Bowler doesn't care about getting a wicket, but doesn't want to get hit. The batsman don't want to hit it, but gets out of here with a not out. Exactly. That's the problem. That's what I mean, Charles. We're in this kind of like weird period of the game where there's only 9 to win, but England are like, oh, we'll just take our time. I'm like, no, come on, just get on with it. It's a dead game. But yeah, the bowlers don't want to get hit. It's been a bit passive, hasn't it, from India, I think. So Tart says Washington is being a sore loser. Red Fly says Washington Sundar is a legendary name. Oh, really? How comes? Why do you think Washington Sundar's? I think it's I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I feel what is going on? This is just such poor batting. We've seen like 5 inside edges. Oh my god! What am I watching? This is like watching Sunday League cricket. Oh, this is so poor. 117 for 2 or 14.4 overs. Only 8 to win. A 6 and a 2. Anyone? A 4 and a 4? Well, am I going to have to wait another over? Come on. Satak said it'll be over in 15 overs. You lied to me, Satak. You lied. 2 balls left. Go on. Oh, it's a wide. Oh, that'll help. Red Fly says there was a guy on CSK a few years ago called Napoleon Einstein. Best name ever. That is ridiculous. What the hell? Why would you want to be named after Napoleon? Oh my god. That's funny. Charles says French cricket at display here. Yeah, this is just poor cricket all round, to be honest with you. England won't care because they're going to win it, but just yeah, it's really poor. Really poor. Milan 16 off 17, Bairstow 24 off 15. England only 7 needed even off 32. That's down the leg side, and it should be a wide. It is a wide. So that's another wide. So only how much is needed? 6 off the last 2. Come on. 5. Oh, that's they ran a single, didn't they? So 5 needs. We might get it done by the 15th. So Tark might be right. Let's have a look. Red Fly says hopefully the remaining matches are a lot more exciting like we were expecting. Yeah, I was expecting something competitive here, but I don't know. Just it seems like this series has been like honestly it's been decent level, but the Test series was really one-sided, and then so far this T20 has been. But I'm sure there's 4 left, so I'm hoping it's not going to be. That's a single. Oh come on, guys. The Tart says, I'm sorry, I really thought it will end by the 15th. I definitely shouldn't gamble. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't. 4 needed. Come on. 4 runs needed off the last ball. It's Dawood Milan. He's going at 16 off 17. Come on, you've got to finish up with a 4. And England are top of the T20. Wow. Sri Lanka at 12. That is harsh. Oh, that's a single. Oh, come on. That'll be two, I think, actually. No, one. Charles says, I think the organizer have told the players to stretch it out a bit more to meet their refund policy. I know my employer would. Oh my god. Oh, this is just. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Come on. What are you guys doing? You're killing me. Yeah, they don't need to have a long chat about this. Just get someone on to bowl and just have a slog. Yeah, my brother's saying have a slog. Why not? Yeah. Well, they want to get that red inker, the not out, to improve the average. That's why. Milan's average is over 50, so he's not going to be swinging. That's for sure. I'll tell you that right now. He's not going to be swinging. He's really good. His strike rate is 150. Huh? Yes, he can. His strike rate is 150. Dawud Milan. What? No, he doesn't. It's not fair. Dawud Milan is quality. I disagree. My brother doesn't rate Dawud Milan. No, he's a good player, man. He's a good player. I thought he was boring to watch, and then I watched him against Pakistan and Australia, and he was a gun. Like, he was just scoring, and he was scoring. He's got six-hitting ability as well. That's the thing. And Charles said no severance. Said my boss, lol. But I said 25 or 16. Come on, guys, come on. I'm really cutting it short here. Let's have a look. Another single. You guys are doing me. Or two. Go on. Oh no! Just long out my life. Oh, this is so funny. Washington Sundar having a chat with Bester. We don't have time for this, mate. Come on, get on with the game. As a child said, they're trying to make sure that they can be within the refund policy, which is quite funny. 1-2-4 for 2 or 15.2 overs. Targets 1-2-5. 1 to win. Go on, Dawud Milan. Comes down the track, goes down the ground. That's 6 runs. Oh yes, boy. That's what I'm talking about. He can hit sixes. You're wrong. And England win by 8 wickets. I have to go. Thank you everyone for joining. I really do appreciate it. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do share the videos as well. It really does help. Apologies, I have to go, but I will be back on for the West Indies Sri Lanka. So I'll be doing that. So I'll be back on in about half an hour or so, and I'll be finishing up the West Indies Sri Lanka match as well. Okay, so if you want to join me for that Sri Lanka West Indies, the end of that, then come join. Starts it's over. Yeah, 15.3. It's close. True. Finally, England wins. Exactly. Thank you very much, guys. As you would have seen, I've got another stream going at about, I think it's 5:30, so UK time. So in about 45 minutes, I'll be on there for the West Indies Sri Lanka end of that match as well. Thank you very much, guys.